Do you know if the special counsel told FBI Director Wray? Is that something? Let me put it another way. If I were your special counsel and you were the director of the FBI, and I'm trying to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator, did I mention it was a sitting United States senator? Is that something that you would expect me to tell you as director of the FBI?
In general, I would believe the FBI would help execute the subpoenas.
Yeah.
To the businesses.
Okay, I want to switch to another subject.
Imagine this. A line of questioning so intense that even seasoned political operatives lean forward. Senators and attorneys at the highest level locked in a battle over power, oversight, and accountability. That was the moment when Senator John Kennedy pressed Attorney General Pam Bondi under the glaring lights of the Senate Judiciary Committee, probing phone seizures, DOJ authority, and the limits of justice. Today, we bring you that clash in full clarity. No spin, just facts, to understand who held the edge and why it matters. Let's dive in.
General, welcome. Let's suppose that I'm appointed special counsel at the Department of Justice, and I go to the telecommunication companies, the phone companies. Let's single out AT&T, and I say, look, I know you're busy, but I want to see a copy of the phone records of a sitting United States senator. They're not going to just give them to me, are they?
No, Senator, of course not.
In fact, they're probably going to ask me what planet I just parachuted in from, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
They're going to tell me to come back with a subpoena, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. What do I have to show in that subpoena to get those phone records of a sitting? Did I mention it was a sitting United States senator? I can't remember. What do I have to show to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator?
Yes, Senator, there were actually 8 sitting United States senators,
I heard that.
and you would have to have cause.
I'm sorry, what do I have to show?
You would have to have cause to get the
Good
subpoena.
cause or probable cause?
Probable cause.
Okay. Probable cause, or if it's a subpoena duces tecum, good cause, to show what?
You would need good cause for a subpoena duces tecum, and what you would have to show is that you believed a crime had been committed, or there was a possibility of a crime, or that could lead to other crimes. We frequently, in criminal enterprises, subpoena cell phones.
By the sitting United States senator?
Senator, they would have to have believed you were part of a criminal conspiracy, is my understanding.
Would a judge have to sign off on it? On the subpoena?
Yes, Senator. Well, for a subpoena duces tecum, Jack Smith probably took it straight to the judge.
Now, the phone companies, particularly their general counsel, if they're worried about civil liability, even with a subpoena to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator. Did I mention it was a sitting United States senator?
Yes, Senator.
The general counsel for that phone company, let's say AT&T, they have the right to seek to quash that subpoena, don't they?
Phone companies frequently do that.
Yeah. And a smart general counsel for that phone company is going to call the sitting United States senator and say, would you like to weigh in on this? Would you like me to quash the subpoena? We're talking about invading someone's privacy here by a sitting United States senator. Could the general counsel for the phone company do that?
Well, Senator, if they believe that a crime could have been committed, they could not tip off the person who committed the crime. Again, I can't comment on details of this particular case.
I'm just asking you theoretically.
I've never seen you commit a crime, Senator Kennedy.
But let's suppose, okay, they didn't want to tip off the sitting United States senator. But the phone company and the general counsel for the phone company, or companies, if there were more than one involved, could say, this is serious as an aneurysm. This is serious as 4 heart attacks and a stroke. This is a sitting United States senator. So general counsel would likely advise the CEO, well, you need to file a motion to quash. The telephone companies could have contested those subpoenas, could they not?
Hypothetically, yes. I can't talk about the facts of this particular case.
We're talking hypothetical.
Senator, subpoenas are issued all the time through phone companies working with the general counsel.
But they can file a motion to quash.
They could, yes.
Yeah.
In any case.
And if they should have filed a motion to quash, and a reasonable person would have filed a motion to quash, because this is a sitting United States senator, and they didn't file a motion to quash, they would incur civil liability, wouldn't they?
Senator, typically phone companies follow a subpoena from a United States
No, they
attorney.
do, but they don't have to.
They could challenge it, Senator.
Yeah. And if they don't challenge it, they better have a damn good reason. Right? Right?
Senator, I can't talk about the facts of this particular
This is just a
case.
hypothetical.
In general, hypothetically, Senator, maybe they didn't recognize any of the names of the 8 sitting United States senators.
Hypothetically.
That was a joke.
Or maybe they should have gone to Amazon and buy some testicles online. Instead of just saying, sure, I'll just show you the phone records of a sitting United States senator on the basis of an administrative subpoena. Now, do you have copies of the subpoena applications for
Yes,
these
Senator,
8?
Senator, I can't discuss anything regarding this
You can't
case
even
with
tell me if you have copies?
I can't discuss any of this.
All right,
with
when are
you,
you going to, General, when are you going to be able to discuss it?
I can't discuss whether there is or is not a pending investigation,
I understand,
Senator. This
but
was
let's
just
assume
brought to light
if
by
there is a
Director
pending
Patel.
investigation, I don't want this to get swept under the rug, okay? Because I think you're going to get pushback from all quarters. I think the telecommunication companies are going to be all over you like a bad rash because they've got liability here for just turning over these records when they knew what was going on. I think some FBI agents may have some liability here. I think a special counsel might have some liability here. If I were your special counsel and you had appointed me and I wanted to get the records of a sitting United States senator, is that something you would expect me to tell you as Attorney General of the United States?
They better have.
Yeah.
And
Do we know in this instance of the 8 sitting United States senators if they told Attorney General Garland?
Senator, I just learned about this very recently, as did Director Patel, and we cannot discuss the details. I don't know many of the details.
Well, maybe we ought to get Attorney General Garland here. Do you know if the special counsel told FBI Director Wray? Is that something? Let me put it another way. If I were your special counsel and you were the director of the FBI and I'm trying to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator, did I mention it was a sitting United States senator? Is that something that you would expect me to tell you as director of the FBI?
In general, I would believe the FBI would help execute the subpoenas.
Yeah.
To the businesses.
Okay, I want to switch to another subject in the 12 minutes that I have left, since everybody else got to go over.
In 2025, Pam Bondi, a former Attorney General of Florida and close ally of former President Trump, was confirmed as U.S. Attorney General by a 54-46 Senate vote. Shortly thereafter, she testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee, where Senator John Kennedy, R. Louisiana, confronted her with pointed questions about DOJ authority, transparency, and political influence. That hearing produced a series of sharp exchanges and revealing answers. What follows is a distilled, dramatic retelling of their most significant moments, followed by a factual analysis of what it means. 1. Kennedy's question on phone records. Kennedy asked, "Let's say I'm appointed special counsel at DOJ, and I request phone records from a telecommunications company for a sitting U.S. senator. How do I get those records?" Bondi responded, "You would need to show cause and obtain a subpoena. Even for a sitting senator, you can't just demand phone records without legal basis." Kennedy then pressed, "What must that subpoena show? Probable cause, relevance to an ongoing case." Bondi affirmed you need legal grounds and judicial oversight. 2. Seizure of senators' phone records. DOJ oversight. Kennedy confronted Bondi over reports that phone records of 8 sitting U.S. senators had been seized by DOJ FBI in some investigations. He demanded, under what authority was that done? On what basis? Was proper oversight followed? Bondi's reply, the DOJ must follow internal rules, judicial process, and that any access requires cause. She also stressed that no blanket authority exists to take records without justification. 3. On political prosecution's weaponization of justice. Kennedy asked, is prosecutorial power ever to be used for political ends, that is, picking names first and looking for crimes later? Bondi replied, of course not. I hope no attorney general would ever do that. She further committed to preserving DOJ independence, though critics questioned whether her past ties to Trump might influence her discretion. 4. Grants, budget cuts, and departmental priorities. Multiple senators raised the issue that the DOJ under Bondi had terminated or cut certain grants to law enforcement agencies. They pressed, were these terminations justified? What process was used? Were appeals allowed? Bondi acknowledged some terminations were in error and pledged appeals and reassessment. She also defended DOJ shifting resources toward violent crime, border enforcement, and counter-drug operations. Balance of power oversight. Kennedy's line of questioning underscores a fundamental tension in U.S. governance: how to allow law enforcement reach while preventing abuse. His emphasis on subpoena requirements, judicial oversight, and cause shows that even senators are not immune from checks and balances. Risk of politicization. Bondi's assurances about DOJ impartiality are standard in confirmation hearings, yet her close political alignment with Trump heightens skepticism. The very nature of her past role opens legit concerns over selective enforcement. Transparency versus secrecy. The phone seizure of senators is rare and provocative. Though Bondi insisted procedures exist, critics argue DOJ must be more transparent about internal memos, warrants, and authorizations. Resource allocation as power. Cutting grants or reallocating funds is less visible than criminal cases, but equally powerful. Bondi's decisions on which programs to prioritize reflect policy direction, and that can be weaponized quietly. Real-world stakes. These are not academic debates. The DOJ prosecutes cases, influences national security, and sets precedents. If one administration uses DOJ for political ends, future ones can follow. Given all this, the Kennedy-Bondi clash was more than just a hearing. It was a moment to reveal how far the justice system can stretch under pressure. In the high-stakes tug-of-war between power and principle, that Senate hearing gave us a rare window. Senator Kennedy demanded clarity. Attorney General Bondi defended discretion. The outcome won't be in court transcripts alone. It will be measured by how DOJ behaves going forward. If you were given the authority to demand phone records, even of a senator, what safeguards would you insist upon to prevent abuse? Think about it. Drop your views in the comments. There's more than one side to this fight for power under the law.